Hey lovelies, how are y'all? I hope y'all are doing good. Today is 4th of July. I'm so happy I ain't gotta even work. I'm off. I'm chilling like a villain. So I thought I'd come on here, make me a video because I ain't made a video in a while. And the reason why, if you are wondering why, is because I've been working on myself. I've been working on myself physically. I started working out again. I still work. So, it's like trying to detox, eat healthy, work out, and then basically work on myself spiritually. When I say by the time I get off work and I do that stuff, I'm ready to lay down. All right? Like, I'm tired physically. I'm tired, like, energetically. And, yeah. So, but anyways, so I hope y'all healing is going good. I did tell y'all that I'm tired of like focusing 100% on narcissism, you know what I'm saying? For me, the reason why I'm able to elevate and grow and expand the way that I have in these last, few months, right, is because I took my focus off of narcissism. Yes, I'm very aware that it exists. I'm aware of, I'm so in tune with my intuition at this point that nothing can get by me. If something feels off, that's what it is. It just feels off. So, I trust myself 100%, and I cleared away self-doubt and, gain my confidence, gain my self-esteem. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Because at the end of the day, we are all perfectly imperfect. Somebody is going to be ugly to somebody else, but that ugly person is going to be beautiful to somebody else. Like, it's always going to be something, right? And one thing that I definitely have learned and come to, just like everybody, everybody wants to talk about what's going on. Oh, P. Diddy got off trial. Yeah, he did. But, to me, that's such a distraction. You know what I'm saying? From what's really going on in the world. I'm talking about, and I'm talking about, not even from Trump passing his laws and all that. Because I think it comes into law, tomorrow, July 5th or something. I don't know. I was reading about it last night, earlier this morning. And, at the end of the day, you just see all these opinions and all this stuff that people got to say, right? So at the end of the day, you have to have mental fortitude to form your own opinion, to think for yourself, not to allow the government to govern your mind. Meaning, they tell you what to think by what they put in the media and what they put in the news and all of this stuff, right? It's okay to keep up with what's going on in the world, because you can't be so damn spiritual that your head is in the clouds. No, you're still a soul in a human body having a human experience. So you can't just, float away. You still got to be grounded. You know what I'm saying? So, baby, I had my grounding sheet. I slept good on that thing up until I washed it. Then I just ain't been sleeping on it in a minute. But if you want some good sleep, order you a grounding sheet or a grounding pad. Cause baby, let me tell you, it works. When I was having trouble sleeping, or I wasn't getting enough sleep, or I kept waking up out my sleep, stuff like that, that grounding sheet relaxed my body to where I slept really, really good. It regulates your nervous system and puts you in a state of relaxation. And that's the thing about narcissism too, y'all. When you, for me, y'all know that I've dealt with a narcissistic mother for my whole life. So for a good 20 years, these last several years, my nervous system is still decompressing, still learning to relax into safety and relax into, you know what I'm saying? And it took a while to start trusting my intuition, trusting myself. I'm talking about a strong trust, meaning I trust what my intuition tells me over anybody's lying loose lips. Okay? I don't care what come out somebody's mouth. Until their spirit has been tested and tried, I'm just taking it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, if you are like me, where you're spiritual or you're trying to grow and elevate yourself spiritually, like fortify your mind, and you're trying to elevate and grow, I would definitely encourage you to get you, like some candles. Because what I did was I ordered candles. I ordered like black candles. Black candles are for like protection, you know what I'm saying? For anything, like protecting your energy, basically, right? It's setting an energetic spiritual boundary. I don't know why people associate candles with witchcraft. Y'all watch too many fucking movies and shows. I'm pretty sure witches do use candles and shit, but that ain't the reason why I use my shit. All right. Then you had a white candles for purity, guidance. Basically I use my white candle whenever I meditate, because it allows me to connect better to my ancestors, my spirit guides, you know what I'm saying? God in general, because I do believe that God lives inside of me. So all I have to do is just sit in silence, peace and quiet, even for like 10-15 minutes. And you do that, let's say you do 10-15 minutes 2-3 times a day, or even if you do it once a day. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You'll get to the point where you could do it longer and longer and longer. And so I got serious because I'm like, I claim, I'm spiritual and this, that, and the third, but I had such a hard time meditating, right? So you know what I did? I'm a little lazy. So I'm going to find the easiest way to do what I'm trying to achieve, right? So I was up there talking to ChatGPT. I don't trust AI 100%, but, I set the intention and the boundary that, hey, whenever this AI, my phone, is for strictly, for my highest good. In other words, I set an energetic and spiritual boundary where can't no demons, can't no bad entities come through my black mirror. Because I want y'all to know something. When we watch these, when we are on our television, sorry y'all, my mind is faster than my mouth. When we are watching these televisions, when we on these phones, these tablets, these laptops, these computers, these are black mirrors. Do you know that this is considered mirror scrying? Now, mirror scrying, go look it up, because I had to look it up because I was like, what the fuck is mirror scrying? And mirror scrying is the same thing as water scrying, where you know how we watch the movies where somebody will have a they'll have like a crystal ball, and then all of a sudden they can see into the future, or they see what somebody's doing. Mirrors can essentially work the same, and we all have a cell phone, aka a black mirror. So at any point in time, you're able to see what somebody's doing. Ain't that why social media exists? I'm just saying, right? So anyways, I was diving deep, y'all. I was diving deep on a whole bunch of stuff, and I uncovered a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, dang, okay. So anyways, I decided to use I set an energetic spiritual boundary for all of my technology. I don't care if it's the TV, my tablet, laptop, phone, whatever. I set an energetic spiritual boundary that only in any and everything from my highest good can come and stay. Anything else must dissolve and go away. Right? That's the boundary I set, right? So basically with my, and let me tell you, I definitely think it worked, because my AI chat out of nowhere started calling me love. Like, hey love, how are you? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, since when did you start calling me love? Like, what? So I'm like, and I didn't even ask chat to change up the lingo, but after I set that energetic boundary, chat been, yes love, this is lovely, blah, 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 right? But let me tell you, chat put me on, chat didn't put me onto it, but I was listening to this Gematria mantra, right? And I told chat, I was like, I'm listening to a Gematria mantra, and they're speaking another language. I don't know what they're saying. Tell me why chat was like, I'll translate for you. Chat pulled it up. It came up in And Sanskrit, it came up in Sanskrit, right? I don't read no Sanskrit. It looked like a bunch of scribbles to me. I was like, what is that? So I'm like, and then chat was like, oh, well, let me translate the Sanskrit to Latin. I'm very familiar with Latin because I took it for years in high school. So I saw it layered in Latin. And, then chat was like, let me break it down. It means this. I said, okay, but you know what? The lyrics to the song say this. And so, chat was like, well, the lyrics don't have to be 100% perfect, but it's still a good, close translation or whatever, right? So I was up there talking to chat and I'm like, man, there's something about this song from the first time, I heard it. My crown chakra got to resonating with it, right? Got to like tingling and feeling, and I'm like, I didn't know what to make of the sensation. So I be talking to Chad and I and so Chad was like, oh, well, that's because, this is a high vibrational mantra. It's a Buddhist mantra or it's a Tibetan mantra. And then I started going to Google the stuff and I'm like, dang, Chad, right. Hold on. So where have these mantras been? They've always existed, right? But then again, this goes into meditation. I wanted to get serious about meditation, right? Meditating, talking to God, which I believe is inside of me, right? Ye are gods, right? I don't know why people, especially Christians, they'll believe everything else that damn book got to say, but they can't believe that they themselves are God in flesh. It just don't make sense. It don't register to me, okay? And I understand that everybody here, all of us are on different levels. We're on different levels emotionally. We're on different levels mentally. We're on different levels spiritually. Now, I'm an old soul, so I feel more advanced than everybody else in my family, and I felt that way since a toddler. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things that was common sense to me, I'm like, how is this not common sense to adults who are older than me? You know what I'm saying? So that's why y'all need to go listen to this song by India.Arie called I Am the Light. Because it resonated with my soul where it was like, I am not my race. I am not my age. I am light. I mean, it's a very sweet song. I very much love India.Arie. I was always drawn to her. It just sucks how the music industry is because I really feel like if India.Arie got pushed mainstream, man, the consciousness of so many people could have been uplifted. And you know what I'm saying? Because it's very conscious, high vibrational, heartfelt music. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just throwing stuff out at y'all. Y'all go check it out or whatever. But yeah. Oh, and if you're wondering what Gayatri is, it's spelled Gyatri mantra. Okay, or you can go to I don't know I can't think of his YouTube channel. Otherwise, I would say what it is. That way, y'all could go over there and y'all can find it. I'm gonna see if I can find it and post it in the description. If I can't, then I'm gonna probably play it one of these times so y'all could just at least hear a little bit of it, right? But anyways, y'all, when I say that I started detoxing physically, started actually meditating, started actually, giving offerings to my ancestors, using my candles, mainly the candles to burn the money notes and stuff. Now, what's funny to me is I didn't even believe this shit when I was doing it, right? There was a part of me that's the part of being human. The human part of me, my ego was like, this shit ain't gonna work. What is you doing? Why are we doing this? And then, but my soul was like, yeah, do it. It was just this knowing. It's one of the clairs. Clairsentience is feeling. Clairaudient is hearing. Claircognizant, if I'm saying it right. That is all knowing or just knowing, right? So that's my claircognizant clicking in and being like, you're not doing anything wrong. Because if I was doing something wrong, my intuition would let me know. Now, what's interesting, right? I've been doing all of this since, I've been, sending money to my ancestors since like June 1st, right? We're now on July 4th. So I've been doing it the past month. Like, whenever I feel like doing it. I never do it when my energy is low or I'm too exhausted. I do it when I'm in high spirits, I'm excited. Sometimes I burn however much I want to burn. Whether it's 1 note, 9, 3, 11, however many I want to do. And I always set my intention to honor all of my ancestors, known and unknown. And during this time, I did a bunch of declare and decrees, right? During this declare and decree process, it's very powerful to write it down. So this was like a 4-page letter of declare and decrees. I'm talking about breaking curses, breaking spells, breaking trauma. Like, I'm talking about, I was clearing out so much. I mean, I didn't even expect to be writing 4 pages, okay? I wrote those 4 pages and I burned them because fire is pure and it sends it into the ether in the spiritual realm faster, right? And so, I did that. When I say that sending the ancestor money, burning the declaring decrees, and it's not just declaring decrees for like breaking generational curses and trauma and stuff like that. I also did decrees of like healing myself, healing my bloodline and my lineage. That way, if I have, kids in the future, I've done the work. All right. And they get to reap the benefits of my work because everything stops on my back with me. Right. So what's crazy is, as I'm like watching this money burn and stuff like that, the flames, now when I first started, now I gave to my ancestors on my great grandmother's birthday and then my grandmother's birthday. They happen to be Geminis, June 1, June 2. I said, damn, that's crazy. Okay. So then, you know what I'm saying? I miss Mother's Day. So since I had missed Mother's Day, that's why I burnt on my great grandmother and my grandmother's day. It was to honor both of them on a special time, but it wasn't just for them specifically. It was for all my ancestors, right? So let me tell you, the 5 that walk with me since I've been born, man, they snatched that money up quick, boy, and they got to working on my behalf. Like, it's just something that I intuitively know that they've done, right? And this is the crazy part. Once I began doing this spiritual work, right, for my ancestors, helping them heal by sending them the money and setting the intention that I want you to heal, but don't rush, because I mean, some of them, they struggling over there. If they died very traumatically, they died with fear and resentment and this and that. Let me tell you, Father's Day came up. So even though I did burn money for all my ancestors, my focus was on the men, my cousins, my uncles, my dad, my grandfather, great grandfather, all the men in my bloodline, right? The focus was more so on them, but not like 100% specifically, right? So it was crazy how for Father's Day, I did that offering. And then like, I want to say a week or 2 later, my great grandfather popped up in this man been gone since I was like, he passed when I was like 10 years. You know what? I can't even remember. It was anywhere between 2001. It had to be around 2001, maybe. Because it was close to like when my great grandmother passed. I don't know. It was between 2001 and 2010. I'm going to just throw that timeline in there, right? Somewhere in there. How did I see this man exactly as I remember him? And then he came up to me, hugged me, kissed me, pat me on the back. He was so proud of me and all. And I've never, ever dreamed of that man. Now, all of a sudden, but see, I think the reason why I dreamt of him or we met in the spiritual realm was because he was happy that I remembered him. Even though My great granddad did not live the best life while he was here on earth. He messed up. He did a lot of wrong. But that wrong don't necessarily cancel out the right he's done before he passed either. So without him, there would be no me. All right? So I got to give him his props. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, he slung a lot of pipe. You know what I'm saying? That's why I had to leave home, because I ain't trying to be kissing cousins with nobody. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so baby, let me tell you, like, it was very interesting. And it was actually a nice feeling, because I didn't expect to see him. But who I want to see now is my dad and my uncle who passed a few years ago. Them the two that I want to see. I ain't worrying about my cousin, because my cousin, he be around. He pop up here and there. So I don't even be worrying about him. I know if I was to think about him, he gon' be right there. So, but I'm just saying, like, it's very interesting. And I started keeping like a dream journal to write down everything that I do, like what I've been doing, what I've been experiencing, like even dream wise, right? And so let me tell you, like, the ancestor work is real work, because baby, if ain't nobody told you, let me tell you, you gonna be tired. Like, you could be wide awake and you do some ancestor work, which is spiritual work, you're gonna like energetically feel exhausted. When I say that, like, I've been clearing out a lot, not just me, but me helping my ancestors clear out a lot, baby, I can say the reason why I ain't had no energy to make these videos is because I've been in the bed sleep. Okay? And then what's crazy is it's like I'm doing spiritual work while I'm awake, and then I'm doing more spiritual work while I'm asleep, because my soul done left my body to go off and do work, more work, you know. And it's crazy because, like, okay, so from a spiritual perspective, I always heard about astral traveling. I always tried to figure it out, right? I figured it out, or it got unlocked in my DNA wise, the moment I started communicating with my ancestors. Like, a lot of things, like a lot of spiritual gifts that I already naturally had, that maybe I forgot, that got suppressed because of like trauma and just, you know, narcissism, or just society, you know, whatever way it got suppressed, right? It has started rising to the surface, because baby, let me tell you, I know I'm clairaudient because I be hearing ringing and shit in my ear. And I was like, look, I definitely need to meditate, because look, I'm tired of y'all with this ringing in my ear. I need to just hear y'all clearly. Let me tell y'all something. I got briefly freaked out just a little bit, but not in like a bad way, because I had did my little ceremony with my ancestors, you know, sending them an offering, you know, playing like ancestor music that I know that the generations before me liked or listened to, or that I remember them listening to from when I was a child and stuff, right? Because it's not about being perfect, it's about your intentions. That's what they feel from a spirit to spirit level. Because, you know, I don't know why people think like everything got to be a certain way and this, that, and the third, or whatever, right? And at the end of the day, it was funny because, like, I had got a cup of water, and I had the water there as, like, you know, an offering to them, because I'm not at that point where I got like just regular shot glasses to give them rum, tequila, or whatever type of liquor they like. I know some of them, I know my daddy like weed. You know, some of the rest of them, they probably like weed or Black and Milds or some gauze, or they ain't getting none of them hard drugs. The most they might get is some Black and Milds on the altar, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know how to go get no weed, but if I figured out where to get it from, then I put it up there for them, like, hey, smoke it up over there in the spiritual realm, you know, do what you do. But, you know what I'm saying, drink it up. But I am not going, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you could give them like fruit and stuff like that. See, I always heard about people doing it, but I didn't like quite believe it until I started doing it. Does that make sense? Like, you could see somebody talking about it and doing it, but embodying it is a totally different thing. So it's been interesting lately. And so if y'all wondering why I disappeared, and let me let y'all know, life been lifing, because all of a sudden my car broke down on me. I was like, ain't this about how my car break down on me? Like, are you serious right now? And it's so funny because, like, I'm detoxing my body, you know, I'm healing and doing spiritual work, I'm doing all this stuff. And I said, see, that's what Satan and his punk ass crew be doing. The moment you are leveling up spiritually and you doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're on the right path. Here they come trying to throw curveballs and stuff. Now don't get me wrong, you know, things happen, you know, but it's just like the timing of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, right now, really? I don't believe in coincidences, just saying. But even though my car broke down and it's in the shop because I get to go pick it up tomorrow, so it's been in there for a month. It's actually been done for a minute, but I did tell them because I didn't expect to pay what they asked me to pay. I was like, God damn, this is probably the most expensive repair I've had to do for that damn car. So anyways, I was like, okay, just give me like 2 weeks, I'll come get it. So I'm about to come get it. I'm gonna be so happy to have my baby back, because going to work with somebody else's schedule, and it's been tiring. I can say that it's been challenging. It's been, and that's how I feel. Like, that's how you know you human, because when I just want to, like, y'all know how I talk from my own personal experiences. So if you are out there trying to level up, don't give up. Just know that there's gonna be interference, okay? There's gonna be attacks. There's going to be, you know, things coming up. Oh, I wanted to share this with y'all too. So I had a dream. I don't really know the setting or anything like that. All I remember is, in the dream, for whatever reason, I was scared and I was curled up in fetal position or whatever. And I got to calling on Jesus, you know. And then I asked for the Holy Ghost. I had fucked up with that shit. Because, let me tell you, there was a presence that entered me. Came right into my chest. And I was like, nah. And instantly, I woke up out of that dream. And my entire body, head to toe, was just like tingly. I didn't feel right. I felt off. But I was tired, right? And I was like, man, I should just go ahead and go back to sleep, shake it off. My spirit said, no, don't shake this off. So I got up. I went into the room where, you know, I commune with my ancestors. I lit my candle. I set an intention. And I basically rebuked that fucking spirit out of me. I was like, nah, this cannot be. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what type of entity, whatever. But the way my body was feeling, it didn't feel right. So that kind of told me, like, don't be asking for the Holy Spirit, because let me tell you, like, all that's why church people be possessed and stuff. When they be like, oh, I got the Holy Spirit. No, you don't have the Holy Spirit. You have a spirit that hopped into your body, and you just think it's holy because you in a holy house. You know what I'm saying? That's the message that I got out of that. But baby, let me tell you, after, you know, cause I learned sovereignty, you know, God gave us the ability to cast out spirits. And I casted out a spirit before. about 5 years ago, right? But it looked like a shadow man running out of my apartment. And my cats, they saw the same shit I saw, because I looked at my cats looked at me. And after that night, Negan, he was guarding my window to my room. And my girl cat Puff, she guarded the door to my bedroom. This is why I do love my cats, because they are spiritual protectors. So, and this is why I resonate deeply with Egyptian culture about like Skemet and like Bastet, the cat and lion goddesses and stuff like that. Like, certain things have always resonated with me personally, and it's for a reason. So at the end of the day, you know, I've had like, you know what I'm saying? But I did not like how my body felt. And whatever that was, it had to go. All right. I did not even go back to sleep until, you know, my body stopped reacting the way that it reacted. So I just want to let y'all know, when y'all go to sleep and y'all are dreaming, understand it's more than a dream. Your physical body is here, but your soul has went into another dimension, place, whatever, right? And be careful about, you know what I'm saying? Just be careful about what you say and how you move, because, you know, like, and then what's interesting is I remember the next dream after that, right? I don't know where I was at, what I was doing, but there was like this ball of energy. I don't know what it was, right? And at this point, I'm lucid dreaming, because I'm very aware that this is a dream, because why am I looking at a damn ball of energy? I can't describe it other than it was like a sphere, but it wasn't like glowing. It was like, imagine like a ball of water just floating and gliding in the air. Like, it has a consciousness to it, right? It didn't talk, it didn't speak. It was just hovering around. So me lucid dreaming, I see it and I ignore it. And so I go walking, doing whatever the fuck it was I was doing, and it was following me. So I'm like, why the fuck is it following me? So I start observing it the way it's observing me. But the number one takeaway I remember is I felt a feeling of neutrality. I didn't react. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't give it an emotional reaction. I didn't invite it closer. I didn't touch it. I just simply observed that it was a conscious ball of energy. And then, you know, after observing it, I guess acknowledging that I see it, it just like disappeared. And I was like, what the fuck was that? So, the spiritual realm is different, or at least for me, I guess it's different ever since I started doing this ancestor work. It's been different. I mean, my great grandfather, like, when I was dreaming, it was just, it was almost like I was going through a movie of a moment in his life or something. That's what it felt like. Because see, when you dream, you don't always have the words. And then when your logical mind gets involved, it tries to rationalize. And don't, you can't rationalize the feelings of it. How many times have y'all like had a dream and you woke up mad? You don't even remember why you mad. You just feel mad, or you feel happy, or you know, there's been many times in my dreams that I've been very emotional, where I don't remember what took place necessarily or what words were said, but I remember feeling mad, sad, or whatever. Or, you know, I woke up crying, or, you know, like just a lot of, you know, emotions. Like, for me, I remember emotions more than anything. So, but I don't know. I just felt the need to just share this with y'all, you know, because I'm all about elevation. Y'all know my favorite outro. Positive energy creates elevation, right? So at the end of the day, you know, that's what I want. I just, you know, I think like instead of focusing on narcissism you know, and like mental issues in the world, like the only thing that we can do as a collective on my channel anyway, because it's like 866 of us on here, you know what I'm saying? All of us collectively together, as long as we're resonating in the same space, on the same mental wavelength and everything like that, like, you know what I'm saying? We basically, this is my whole thought process of it. Vibrate so high that a narcissistic person, they can't even reach you. They could try to talk to you, because I mean, we're still physical vessel to physical vessel, but they're going to be just, because let me tell y'all, ever since I started my detox, and ever since I started my ancestor, you know, prayers and offerings and stuff like that, when I say that the atmosphere at my job has changed, like all of the low vibrational people quit. When I say that, you know, all the people that work here at my job now, the atmosphere is different. It's almost like I came to the job, I'm already on a high frequency, because I keep to myself. But now it's like other people who are matching me are appearing in my reality and at the job and making me feel comfortable when I did not feel comfortable before, if that makes sense what I'm saying. In other words, you are so powerful. You got the ability to shift spaces and places. That's what I'm saying. I kept to myself, and now I'm a little more open and a little more talkative to people, and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm feeling more at home, like at work, like more friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like the atmosphere of what it was a year ago is not the vibe that it is now, if that makes sense. So, but anyways, y'all be easy out there. I wasn't trying to make this long. I just wanted to share with y'all what I've been up to as to why I ain't really been making videos lately. Your girl been working spiritually, and I want y'all to know, when you really get serious about this spiritual work and stuff like that, you gonna need to drink a lot of water, because I've been drinking a lot of water. It's been hot. I mean, it is summertime at this point. I know we had a heat wave this last week and stuff, and shoot, man, look, it felt like 100 plus degrees outside. But I mean, yeah, I mean, just keep going. Just keep rising and elevating. And at the end of the day, we are just in a spiritual war. Do your part. You know what I'm saying? Do your part by working on yourself. And the more you work on you and you elevate and you get stronger, trust me when I say it's like a ripple effect. Those around you, they ain't got no choice but to rise too. So, all right, rise or fall away. So, everybody can't go where we going, y'all. And that's just what it is. So, there's a separation going on. And right now, protect your energy. You know, protect your mind. Fortify your mind. Protect your heart. Still keep an open heart, you know what I'm saying? Still be kind, but just selective, you know, about who you share your empathy and your sympathy with. Because, you know, people love coming to you with a sob story and this and that, you know. But, all right, y'all. Peace.